Versailles, led by none other than women of the fish markets of Paris. These ladies marched 6 hours in the pouring rain from Paris to Versailles for the assurance of food, all the while recruiting men and women from the cities that they passed. Let's give a warm welcome to Colette, a woman of the fish market of Paris. Participated in yesterday's march on Versailles. Now tell me, Colette, what were the motives behind this movement?
Well, my friends and I were so irritated at the price and amount of bread. All we wanted was for it to be plentiful and cheap. I remember that morning like it was yesterday.
Well, Colette, it was yesterday.
Anyways, we started in the eastern section of Paris and got many other women to join too, carrying kitchen blades as makeshift weapons. When we arrived at Hotel de Ville, we demanded bread and arms, and by golly, we got nearly 6,000 men and women to continue with us on our march.
What did you do once you got to Versailles?
Well, it was pouring that day, and we all arrived soaked, and we demanded to see the baker, the baker's boy, and the baker's wife to tell them how ridiculous they were being and to get some gosh darn bread. That lousy King Louis promised to meet with some of us and give us bread, but I managed to sneak into the Queen's quarters to beat that bread-eater Marie Antoinette. She escaped because she's a coward, but thanks to us, the King and Marie never saw Versailles again.
How did your trip back compare to the march there?
The walk back took nearly 9 hours, and oddly, the National Guards were leading the way with loaves of bread on the tips of their bayonets. There were many celebratory gunshots over the royal carriage as we took the royal family back from Versailles to the Tuileries Palace.
Oh, well, thank you for your time, Colette. I actually have a present for you.
Oh, really?
I'll give you a couple of pieces.
Oh.
I think you're worthy.
Oh, thank you.
We will be right back to interview the guard. Now I'm going to talk to one of the guards from the Palace of Versailles. Did you anticipate the arrival of so many men and women?
Well, we received a warning from a horseman explaining that many people were here requesting to see the king, but I did not realize how many.
Can you describe what you felt when you saw the women marching towards the palace?
It was mortifying. There was thousands of guards, but these women were crazy little monsters.
Did you try to protect the royal family?
Yes, but it was difficult. The woman broke into the palace to search for Marie. She went running through the palace with her ladies, looking for a safe place to hide.
Did you keep in contact with the king?
Well, the National Guard arrived wanting to take Louis and his family back to Paris, so we arranged a meeting with some of the women. Louis responded sympathetically to their wishes, agreeing to give out some of the food from the royal stores.
How did the rest of the crowd react to this meeting?
Most were still unsatisfied, so that is when they broke into the palace.
How many, or were any of the guardsmen killed once they broke in?
Yes, I don't know how many for sure, but I know that 2 of the Queen's bodyguards were killed, and their heads were put on pikes as the crowd marched back to the Tuileries Palace with the royal family.
Wow, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now I have a surprise for everyone. The Queen Marie Antoinette has agreed to talk to me from the Tuileries Palace where she is staying with her family. Hello, Queen Marie. Thank you for agreeing to talk to me.
Whatever. Let's make it quick.
Can you describe what it was like when the march came to Versailles?
It was insane. There were 6,000 who marched from Paris to my home at Versailles. Louis and I were completely caught off guard.
I've heard rumors of you saying, "Let them eat cake to the peasantry." Is that true, and what is that about?
Well, it's not my fault the peasants can't afford any food, not to mention the reaction of these crazy women who intruded my home and my privacy. They deserved a little sarcasm.
Okay, so what did you do the night of the march?
I slept alone. I was warned that the women were coming for me. I was almost captured in my bedchamber, but I was able to sneak into Louis' apartment. The crowd was still waiting outside the next morning.
And how did you react to this movement?
Well, I already hate living in the city of Paris, and I am trying to convince my husband to release all the bread from Versailles.
Okay, well, I shouldn't keep you any longer from the king. Send him my best wishes. Thank you.
All right.
Will this be the end to the king resisting reform, or will he continue to push back these revolutionary actions? We will see. Thank you for watching and good night.